Welcome. Today we'll explore the successful story of Wright brothers and discover how you can unlock your path to success. Some dreams sound impossible until someone dares to make them real. Life is not always easy. Sometimes you feel tired. Sometimes you want to stop. But don't give up. Every stop forward is progress. Even small steps matter. When you fall, get back up. Failure is not the end. It's just a lesson. Success takes time and effort. It will not happen overnight. But keep trying, you will win. You will reach your goal. Thought balloon, some dreams sound impossible until someone dares to make them real. The sky had always fascinated Orville and Wilbur Wright. As young boys growing up in Dayton, Ohio, their curiosity was limitless. They would lie on the grass, watching birds glide effortlessly, wondering what it must feel like to soar through the air. One fateful evening, their father, Bishop Milton Wright, returned home from a business trip with a small gift. It was a toy helicopter made of cork, bamboo, and powered by a rubber band. "Boys," he said, handing it to them with a smile, "this little thing can fly." Wilbur and Orville's eyes widened with excitement. They wound up the rubber band, released it, and watched in amazement as the toy lifted off the ground, spinning gracefully before floating back down. "That's incredible," Orville exclaimed. "Let's make a bigger one," Wilbur suggested. That night, under the dim light of their oil lamp, they sketched ideas in their notebooks. Their obsession with flight had begun. The Wright brothers weren't just dreamers. They were tinkerers, problem solvers, and inventors. As they grew older, they took apart clocks, built mechanical toys, and later opened a bicycle repair shop. Bicycles, they believed, held the secret to balance and motion, an important lesson for future flight. Yet, when they told people about their flying dreams, they were met with laughter and disbelief. "Flying? That's impossible," scoffed a neighbor. "Machines are too heavy," said a local businessman. "Birds fly because they have wings. Humans don't." But the brothers refused to listen. They studied everything they could find on aviation. They read books about Leonardo da Vinci's flying machines, Sir George Cayley's gliders, and Otto Lilienthal's experiments. One day, Wilbur read a statement that stuck with him. "The key to human flight is not just power, but control." "That's it," Wilbur said. "We don't just need wings, we need control." Orville nodded. "And we'll be the ones to figure it out." Every great success is built on a mountain of failures. But the Wright brothers were ready to climb. In 1899, they built their first small glider model, testing different wing shapes. They noticed that curved wings produced more lift than flat ones. "We're getting somewhere," Wilbur muttered, making notes. But their first full-size glider in 1900 was a disaster. It lifted only a few feet before crashing into the sand dunes. Orville groaned, brushing the sand off his clothes. "We need to go back to the drawing board." Failure didn't stop them. It taught them. They moved to Kitty Hawk, North Carolina, a place with strong winds and soft sand, perfect for flight experiments. Day after day, they tested gliders. Crashes were frequent. Their hands were blistered, their bodies bruised, but their determination only grew stronger. "We're closer than ever," Wilbur said one evening, watching the sunset. Orville grinned. "One day, people will fly because of us." In 1901, after multiple failures, they made an important discovery: wing warping. They realized birds adjusted their wings to turn. What if a plane could do the same? They built a better glider, one that could be controlled mid-flight. One day, Wilbur took the glider to the top of a hill and launched it. For the first time, he glided smoothly through the air, controlling the direction before landing safely. Orville ran up to him. "Wilbur, that was incredible." Wilbur's eyes sparkled. "We're finally getting it." But they knew gliding wasn't enough. They needed an engine. And that next step would change history forever. They had conquered the air in theory. Now it was time to do it for real. The brothers knew that gliding was only the beginning. If they wanted to achieve true flight, they needed an engine powerful enough to lift a plane, but light enough to keep it airborne. They reached out to automobile manufacturers, but no existing engines met their needs. So they did what they had always done. They built one themselves. With the help of their mechanic, Charlie Taylor, they constructed a 12-horsepower gasoline engine that weighed just 180 pounds. Next, they built the Flyer I, a wooden frame aircraft with a 40-foot wingspan and a fabric-covered body. On December 14, 1903, they were ready to test it. Wilbur won a coin toss and took the first attempt. The plane lifted off the ground, but stalled and crashed almost immediately. Disappointed but not defeated, they repaired the damage and prepared for a second flight. Then, on December 17, 1903, Orville took the controls. With Wilbur steadying the wings, Orville engaged the engine and launched the Flyer into the air. For 12 seconds, the world changed forever. The machine soared 120 feet before touching down. Wilbur cheered. "We did it, Orville." We flew. Over the next hours, they made 3 more flights, with Wilbur achieving the longest at 59 seconds and 852 feet. Airplane, they had taken flight, but the world wasn't ready to believe. Despite their success, many doubted the Wright brothers' achievement. The press ignored them, and skeptics claimed the flights were exaggerated or fake. Undeterred, they continued improving their design, making longer and more controlled flights. In 1908, they demonstrated their aircraft in public for the first time in France and the United States. Crowds gathered in awe as they watched the Wright Flyer circle the skies with ease. The world could no longer deny the truth. The Wright brothers had changed history. What started as a childhood dream had become a reality that reshaped the world. The Wright brothers paved the way for aviation, inspiring future generations of pilots, engineers, and dreamers. Today, airplanes crisscross the skies, space shuttles venture beyond our planet, and flight is an everyday reality. All because 2 brothers dared to believe. The dream that took flight became a world that never stopped flying.